107.5 WBLS here at Circle of Sisters. My name is Rakia, and you know this fabulous lady.
I hope so.
Basketball Wives of LA and many other things. The wonderful Tami Roman is here.
Thank you.
And so, you know, I go back, you know, with you and reality TV because I remember the Real World.
Yes.
You made a name for yourself on the Real World.
Yeah,
And
wasn't trying to.
I know, but that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And now all these years later, you know, it's Basketball Wives. What is it about reality TV that makes you you have to be brave to put yourself out there every day?
You know, I look at it as I feel I have a testimony, like my life is a testimony. I've been through so many ups and downs. I've had good, bad, you know, marriage, divorce, children, single parenting, co-parenting. So I feel like every time I am involved with a reality show, that's what I'm trying to bring. I think that there's always somebody out there that's going through what I'm going through. And I just try to be real within those moments, how I deal with them. Now, sometimes it doesn't work out as planned.
Which is life.
Which is life.
Right?
You know, so you see your mistakes and you learn from them and you grow. And that's ultimately what I do when I'm on TV.
And, you know, what's funny is, you know, when people, they talk about you and your role and they say, well, she's the one that speaks up. She's the one that speaks out.
Yeah, some people do say that.
Yeah. And
others have said other things.
Well, you know, this is what it is. But sometimes that's what we need to do. We need to speak out.
Well, my mother raised me to have a voice. You know, I come from a single parent household. And, you know, my mom was like, you as a female have to have a voice. And so I've just always lived by that rule, you know, and some people don't like that. Some people can't handle that when you just put everything, you know, straight out and front and center, you know, so sometimes it's something to deal with, but I'm always going to be me.
I hear you. I hear you. You know, and there's some folks they're watching this, and you know, the panel that you're on is about reality programming. Well, so they're going to talk about reality programming versus other programming, scripted programming, and there's the ongoing debate. Some folks are saying we need more scripted. Why do they have so much reality TV? Yes. What do you say to that?
Well, I agree. I think that we do need more scripted programming. I think that for me, a lot of people don't know that for 14 years before returning back to reality TV, I was working as an actress in Hollywood and very successful and comfortable with it. But, you know, in 1993, we started with Real World, and then I worked for 14 years. And in 2009, you know, there weren't a lot of roles for African-American women, but there were a lot of bills on my kitchen table. Right. And so I decided that I would return back to reality TV and use that as the new platform, because that's ultimately what reality TV is. Right. The new platform to bring visibility and awareness to you, like you see on Hollywood Divas with Elise Neal and Golden Brooks. Very respected actresses need a new platform because that's the way TV's going. Yes. And then you also have some sisters, and they say, reality, how come they're always fighting? How come people that don't see African Americans on TV, that's what they see, and that's not always us? What do you say to that? Well, I agree with that as well. I think, but when you're on an ensemble cast, people have to view reality TV the way they would view scripted. Right. Everybody is a character. And so, yes. And so you know, it's for entertainment. Yes. Reality TV is mindless entertainment, I say. But you have to view us as characters. And although we're living our real lives, I'm not saying that reality TV is scripted in any way, but they're going to mold out pieces of you to fit the character that they need you to play on the show, which is why we all appear to be very one-dimensional. That's right. You know, but nobody in life is that way, and so people have to take that into consideration. So what's next for you? Well, for me, you know, we're moving on. I've got my own show coming. So thank you. So I'm excited about that because people will get to see a more well-rounded view of me with my kids at work. You know, I have a radio show in Houston, so people will get to see that. My relationships have never been, you know, aired. So people will get to, you know, be a voyeur into that aspect of my life. So I'm very excited about that. I've also got TR Love Cosmetics, you know, because I am a businesswoman as well. We are business. TR Love Cosmetics. And Tami Roman hair. I've got that, the hairline. So, you know, I'm out there sprinkling, doing a lot of different things. And I recently just did a pilot with Nick Young of the Lakers called The Assist. And so that'll be coming out. And I'm just excited for people to see all of the things that I've got going on. Yeah.
Well, we have the multifaceted Tami Roman here. Glad to have her at Circle of Sisters. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.